So today we will be learning how to find the missing side of a triangle. We will use a formula called the Pythagorean theorem, which is only used for finding right triangles. I know these letters and numbers look weird now, but give me 2 minutes and it will all make sense. So first, let's learn some terminology. When we are looking at a triangle like this one, we see the 3 different sides. The longest side is called the hypotenuse, which will give that one the letter C. Then the side at the bottom is called the base, which we'll call that one B. Then lastly, we have the side, which makes sense because it's on the side, so we'll just give that one the letter A. Since we all know these important terms now, let's begin. I will be using the terms, so be sure to know the correct definitions. Let's start with the simple triangle with the sides of 3 and a base of 4. We are needing to find the hypotenuse. Looking at the picture given, we already know the letters A and B, so we are looking for C. Now, back to the confusing equation you saw earlier. All it is telling you is to square the side and the base to find the hypotenuse squared. Let me explain that further. When we plug in the numbers correctly, we get something like this. So, we then follow what the formula is telling us to do. We will square the side, 3, and get 9. Then we will square the base, 4, and get 16. Our equation will now look like this. We still do not know C, so we continue to solve the problem by adding 9 and 16 together, equaling C squared. Now we have 25 equals C squared. Looking at the equation, we see that C is squared right now, but we only need the one C by itself. So we have to take the square root of both sides. That would look something like this. Since we all know our squares, we know that 25 square rooted is going to be 5. And 5 is your missing hypotenuse or missing side of your triangle. See, how hard was that? It is really important to know that you can find any side of a right triangle using the Pythagorean theorem. So, if the base or the side is the one that's missing, just make sure to plug in your numbers correctly and then solve the equation. Now let's try something a little harder.